Hey guys, it's Monica and welcome back to What's for Dinner Wednesday, also known as Love on the Table. So in recent conversation with my friend Kelly, she told me that she does not know how to make fried chicken. And I was like, Kelly, are you serious? And she's serious. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe there's other people out there, men or women, that don't know how to make fried chicken. To me, it is a staple in the South. You know, if you live in the South, that if you don't know how to fry chicken, well, you're out of here. The mama's going to say you're bad news and don't marry her. Okay, so if you, I'm just joking, guys, this is totally a joke, but if you don't know how to fry chicken, it is kind of like, what? Are you serious? But there are many women that don't know how to fry chicken. I remember when my sister-in-law first got married, she didn't know how to cook, and she made her husband fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans for dinner. The chicken was bloody. The mashed potatoes, like, you couldn't even, like, stir them. Like, if you were to pick them up out of the pot, they were, like, stuck. It was almost like cement. And then she just opened a can of green beans and dumped it on the plate. Hate to throw you under the bus, Deb, but... Okay, so... it's not as hard as you think it is, really. It is not hard at all. I have a pretty quick, I think, easy way to do it. I started off cooking chicken with the bone in it. But over the years, I kind of sort of just gravitated more towards the boneless, skinless chicken because I personally felt that it was easiest to cook. And to me, I was like, okay, if I'm going to eat some fried chicken, I want a whole piece of chicken, not a little nibble here, a little nibble there. So I personally like to use boneless, skinless chicken. But you can use whatever you want. You just have to cook it a little bit longer. But that's what we're going to use tonight is some boneless, skinless chicken just to make this easy on you beginners or even people that don't like to cook at all, but you really love fried chicken. Hello? Yeah. If you don't love fried chicken, get off my channel. Okay, I'm just joking. But anyway, so I'm going to show you guys a just quick, easy, basic fried chicken recipe. So if you guys want to know how to fry some chicken, then keep watching. Okay, and for this recipe, you are going to need a little bit of milk, or you can use buttermilk. You are going to need flour. You are going to need eggs. You're going to need chicken. I am using the Tyson chicken breast tenderloins. They're boneless, skinless. I just really like to use these. It saves on cook time, and they're really, really good. We're going to pair it this evening with some mashed potatoes and some corn on the cob just because they had corn on the cob on sale today, so I decided to purchase that. You're obviously going to need oil, which is not pictured here. But as far as what I season the flour with, I use either the Queen Bee seasoning with a little bit of seasoned salt, or every now and then I'll just use regular salt and pepper. Okay, so yes, this is a fried chicken video, but I'm going to tell you guys what I'm doing real quick just because I want to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with peeling my potatoes and dicing those up so I can get those ready for my mashed potatoes. I do have a video on my channel what I use for my mashed potatoes. It's really easy peasy stuff. I switch it up from using Duke's mayonnaise or just mayonnaise to sometimes using sour cream. Yeah, I mean, you guessed it with the sour cream. Okay, you guys, if you watch the vlogs, you know I'm addicted to sour cream. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get these going because these will take a little bit longer, and I want to make sure that these are done in time for everything else to be done. I'm also going to shuck my corn. You can have green beans or mixed veggies, or you can have mac and cheese if you want. I kind of like to just throw in vegetables, obviously, with like every meal. But they had corn on sale today, and Preston, he's not the oldest twin, but the first twin, he loves corn, so I decided while it was good and fresh that I was going to get a couple of cups of corn and just pair that tonight with dinner, just because I know he likes it. So I'm going to go ahead and shuck that and get all the little silk off of it, and we're going to go ahead and get that started boiling as well. I'm just going to put a splash of milk and some butter with some salt and pepper over into the corn. It makes it really, really moist. But that's the plan for these two items, and then I will get on to showing you guys what to do about the chicken, because like I said, it is not hard. You guys think fried chicken and you think this is hard, 12 million dishes, grease flying everywhere, like nobody got time for that. It is not as hard as you think, okay? I'm showing you the easy peasy way, okay? Simple ingredients, okay? And it takes less cook time because we don't have to worry about getting it done all the way through past the bone and all of that stuff. You do need to get it all the way done, obviously, or you're going to be sick. But you know what I mean? The chicken that has the bone in it takes a lot longer to cook than the chicken that does not. So anyways, enough jibber jabbering. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff cut up and over in a pot and start it, and I will see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so I've got all our potatoes and corn chopped up, ready there on the stove, starting their boil. So I have my chicken over here that I rinsed off. So I have a plastic bag. You can use a plastic bag. You could put your flour in a bowl if that's easier for you. Or if you happen to have a big brown paper bag. I don't know if they even have those anymore. Like back in the day when you went to like the grocery store, they had like brown paper bags that, you know, they put your groceries in. But I don't know if they have those. Okay, well anyways, if you have one of those, that's what I like to use, but because I can hardly ever find them, I have to resort to other bags. So I have this big, huge plastic bag here, and I like to do it this way, mainly because when I'm done using the flour, it's just easy to toss the whole thing out. So I have a bowl here for our egg and milk mixture, and I have a bag here for our flour mixture. I'm just going to kind of fold over the top a little bit. I really don't have an exact number of what I put in there. I just kind of eyeball it and see what looks good to me as far as like flour. And I mean, and the egg too. I mean, there's no exact ratio. So I just take some flour, put it in the bag as much as I think. Let's look at 2 cups. I'm using a cup measurement here. Let's just look at 2, and we'll see if that looks about plenty for the chicken that we have. I'm going to put 1 more cup just because I want it really, really coated. Okay. So now that well, don't leave that in there. Be looking for that in a week. Okay. So now that we've got a flour facial and all over the counter, you're going to get flour on you, okay? Just wear an apron. That's why I'm wearing an apron. Okay. Now that we've done that, all I do, dust my hand off, take some of my Queen Bee seasoning and just dump it in the bag. I know, it seems like a lot. But you have a lot of chicken to cover, okay? And you don't have to add these seasonings. You can put whatever you want in the bag. Or your bowl, or whatever you're mixing it in. So just kind of mix it around a little bit. Just for safekeeping, just a sprinkle more. I know you guys are like, that's not a sprinkle. I do it like that because sometimes when I take the chicken out of the skillet from cooking, the first like piece that's done, I'll give it a little taste test, see if it's good. If it needs a little bit more seasoning, I will season it as I pull it out and I have it resting on the tray with all the excess oils and everything dripping off. So that is an option too if you don't get enough seasoning in the bag to coat it. But now that our flour seasoning bag, whatever you want to call it, is ready, we're going to just set this to the side here. Don't worry about that mess. You're going to get messy when you're cooking. Okay, so for this amount of chicken, my guesstimation is 2 to 3 eggs. Same measurement as the cups here. We're just going to crack that. Don't worry, I'll clean my counter when I'm done. I just don't like walking to the trash. Yeah, I know. Alright, so we're going to go with 3. And then we're going to put just a splash of milk over in here. So right now I'm going to throw away these eggshells, wash my hands, and then we're going to add the splash of milk. Now we're going to go ahead and just add our splash of milk in there. Put that over there. Take a fork. Just whisk it up. You can use buttermilk. I personally do not like buttermilk. I can't deal with it, y'all. I just can't. My father-in-law loves buttermilk. We'll eat it from sun up to sundown, by itself, with cheese, with crackers, with ice cream, anything. I've seen him eat it with anything. Drink it with anything. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to set that in the sink. Okay, so we have our chicken. What I'm going to do is just dip it right here in this egg mixture. Bring our bag right over here in front of us. I really hope you guys can see what we're doing here. I have no idea. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of flatten my bag out just a little bit. I'm going to throw this in there, and I kind of shake it around a little bit just to cover that piece up. And I like to do a couple pieces at a time. Just makes it go faster. But I like to kind of shake it around to cover them up so you're not piling chicken on top of chicken and it's all sticking together and it's not getting coated and, you know, all of that. Throw that in there. Shake it around. And then I'll throw one more piece over into the bag. And so you're going to take your bag, zip it up, or just hold on to it. You can hold on to it if you want. Shake it around. Give it a good shake. Work out your anger. Okay. Open it up. Find your chicken. Here's our piece. Now you can double dip this. I really don't like to have that gunky, sticky stuff like on my hands. I can't stand it. So I'm not going to double dip it, but nobody's ever complained about it. I mean, have you ever complained about my chicken in there?
No.
That
It's
was
always
right.
excellent.
Riley says yes, neither. Okay, so anyways, I'm not going to double dip it, but if you want to, that's totally up to you. I'm just going to take it, shake it off a little bit, and lay it over here on a pan, a clean pan, not the same pan that we have our raw chicken on, getting ready to cook. And then I'm just going to repeat the rest of the chicken the exact same way. And then I'll take you over to the stove and show you how to fry this chicken up. Okay, so I'm going to cook my chicken in a cast iron skillet. This is the way that I like to do it. Use what you have. So I've already filled it up about halfway full of vegetable oil. Don't go too crazy with it because it will splash or splatter out on you and really burn you. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat on. We're going to go with about a medium-high heat. I have my chicken over here awaiting to go into the skillet. I have a clean pan with some paper towels and some racks and tongs. This is the way that I like to get my chicken out. You can use a fork or whatever, but I just like using tongs. So I'm just going to wait for my oil to come up to heat, and then we're going to test it out with throwing a little bit of flour over in there. So we'll just give this a couple minutes, and then I'll be back to put the chicken in the hot tub, pretty much. Alright, so I'm pretty sure oil is ready, but I'm going to take just a pinch of flour, toss it over in there. If you see little bubbles coming up from it, you're going to know it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of chicken. When I get done with my flour and flouring the chicken, I like to take just a little bit of the excess flour and kind of sprinkle it over the top, so while I'm waiting for my oil, if any of the pieces get a little soggy, you can just kind of pat it back over in there. I'm going to go ahead and stick this piece over in there. I can see it bubbling, so yeah, it's ready. Don't wait too long because then it'll get too hot when you put it over there and it'll pop back on you. Alright, so put another piece. I'm probably only going to put about 4 pieces into this pan. You don't want to overcrowd it. You want to give it plenty of room to cook. Not only that, but if you put a bunch of cold meat over in a skillet, you're going to drop the temperature of the skillet. And we don't want that to happen because we want nice, crunchy fried chicken. We don't want soggy fried chicken. We want crunchy fried chicken. So I'm just going to put 4 over into this pan here. Poke that one down. And I kind of just move it around. Let it start cooking there. Wash my hands so I can use both of my hands. I just kind of move it around a little bit so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And you pretty much just cook it. When it starts turning brown, you'll flip it over to the other side. That's when you'll know. So I'm just going to let this side cook, and then I'll be back to flip it. Alright, these tenders are starting to brown up pretty nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and turn them over. And I just keep turning them back and forth on both sides so they have a nice even coat. Takes just a little while, and honestly, I am no professional. Like, some women, they can look at a piece of fried chicken and they say, that's done, and be right. I like to know for sure, so when I think it's done, I take it out and I cut it open and I look and see if it's done. If it's done, then I know this batch is done, and I take it out and I set it over here on my tray. I put the next batch in, do the same thing. Some people are all about presentation and they don't want to cut the chicken. I don't care. I'm going to eat it anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I just kind of keep moving them around here in the skillet. Sometimes, you know, when you cook it on one side, it gets too hot. Sometimes it doesn't get hot enough, so I just kind of move them all around here. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep on cooking these until I think they're done, and flipping them back and forth need be. And then we'll check back here in just a few minutes. Alright, these pieces look done, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them out and put them over here on our little tray to kind of cool down, and stick in the next pieces. And I'm just going to do that until all the chicken is cooked. And that's basically it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it. I've already stuck in this piece to kind of cool down the oil just a little bit to keep it from burning. Alright, the chicken is done, guys. I did want to tell you that if you wanted to cook the chicken with the bone in, you could always cook it in the oil to get kind of like the little crunch on the outside and finish it off in the oven. I have done that, and I do that from time to time when I am cooking the chicken with the bone in, like the drumsticks. But when I'm just cooking just boneless, skinless chicken, I just go ahead and cook the whole thing like these tenders in the skillet there. It doesn't take long at all. But I'm finally done, so everyone is starving. I'm starving, so I'm ready to chow down. But there are my chicken tenders. Alright, you guys and you gals, I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. Like I said, it's not really that hard. I think just the oil kind of scares some people because it is hot, and you can do it in a cast iron skillet, you can do it in a deep fryer, any which way. And if you don't even want to mess with the oil, I do have a video on my channel which is this ranch style cornflake chicken which you throw in the oven, and it tastes just as good. But it is not the same as fried chicken, but it tastes just as good. But it's really, really easy, you guys. I mean, it's really simple. But I hope that you guys learned a little something from this video, and don't be afraid to fry those chickens, girls, because your man, let me tell you, okay, I was taught a way to a man's heart is through his stomach, okay? And that is the deal with my husband. You see him every night at the dinner table over there eating. It is so true, okay? Alright, well anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like. If you have not subscribed, please do. And check out my other videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!